Hello, my name is Klodiana. I'm a nail technician, also a tutor, based in United Kingdom. In this video, I'm going to be explaining how to do a nail extension using advanced nail tips. We are going to begin with prepping the nail bed. So basically, we push the cuticles with the orange wood stick and started making the nail plate matte using this sand bit on a speed of 5 to 6,000 rotation per minute. Here is a student of mine that's doing the nail prep for me. As it was easier and it was nicer for her to also practice on me, so I was explaining to her how to do so. After we made the surface matte, we started with a diamond bit. The speed was 20 to 25,000 RPMs. And then I started cutting the skin, the cuticles. I decided to do this myself because she's a student and I don't like being cut. So I will be stopping during the video as this is a long video. I will not repeat certain things. So I've started with sticking the tips to the nail. As you can see, these tips are already narrowed, so they're like pinched. These are advanced nail technician tips. So it's the best tip to use when a client has wide nail bed. So you have to see the tips needs to fit perfectly on the nail. It shouldn't be smaller or bigger. And when you stick it with a glue, it shouldn't, basically it should cover the whole nail plate. So the nail plate needs to be covered completely so it shouldn't create any bubbles. Basically, you should see how I do it. I don't do it straight. I basically touch it a little bit and then touch the whole tip on the nail plate. And you don't need to go very high up because we don't want to depend on the glue. We want as much product as possible on the nail, which in case we're using gel. So we don't want much glue because glue doesn't last as long as the builder gel or the base. So we are prepping the tip. The tip needs to be fully matte, and also the tip where I'm doing now around the nail plate or the free edge needs to look like it's a natural nail. Basically shouldn't have any if you see that part where it stick to the nail, that needs to be completely smooth with a nail plate. So we're going to do this on each nail individually. I'm not going to shorten them. If I was to do so, I would have done it before I prepped the tip, because in this case the tip will be a lot weaker. So we don't want to file them after we prep them. We want to file them before we prep them. So I started with nail prep or dehydrator. And now with the primer, as you can see, I'm taking my time to get rid of the excess primer on the brush because I don't want much product. We need to leave the primer to dry completely for the nail to get back to being matte. And then we can start with the base coat. Be careful when you apply the base coat. Again, my student is doing this for me. You need to go as close as possible to the cuticle and then the nail walls, but do not touch them. If you do so, you can use the orange wood stick to get rid of it before curing it. Now I'm going to start with builder gel. As you can see, I'm doing a first layer, a very thin layer. This layer helps the second big bead to tell where to go to, so it's easier to work with the second layer. As you can see, I'm keeping my finger down, so the gravity will do its work and will help the gel to go where it's supposed to go. I did that first layer without curing it, so it's easier for me to move the product around and for the product to go around the cuticle and not to basically have product missing on the sides. Side walls are very important because it's when the nails will grow, the stress point is usually on the side walls, so we don't want them to break. If we don't want them to break, we do that first layer, so we'll have enough product around the nail. So I'll turn it down to bring the product that we have. Basically, as you can see, I'm moving with the brush back and forth. So until I'm pleased to do so, I will cure it. But we need to create the apex. So I will pinch this nail on the 18th second on the lamp. So as you can see, I'm trying to see if it's ready to pinch. So it's not quite ready. I put it back in the lamp for another 2-3 seconds and I pinch again. This will help to make the nail more narrow and also have enough product, so I don't need to file the product and make the nail thinner. Well, when I can just pinch it, make it look thin and elegant and have enough product so the nail will last, because the longer the nails are, the more product we need, and apex as well. So as you can see, I'm getting rid of the excess product, checking when I turn the nail upside down, getting rid of the excess product from the brush and working with what I have already on the nail. If it happens for the product to get on the cuticle or the skin, we need to remove it straight away and work quickly, because builder gel can find its way again on the skin. So when I'm happy to do so, I'll cure it again. Again, as I said, we try it on the 15th to 18 seconds in the lamp, and we pinch it a little bit on the end, not the whole nail. So now after I cured everything on my whole hand, I will wipe it with gel residue wipe-off solution or alcohol you can use, because we don't want to ruin our files. Don't forget, I didn't show that, but after we cure the nails, we cure the builder gel, we need to wipe it with the gel residue wipe-off solution, and the best is to use lint-free wipes. So as you can see, I did speed up a little bit when I was filing. It's impossible to get the best shot whilst filing, because I have to move my hand in all angles to check. So it's quite impossible, but I did leave this part just so you'll see how I file. So as you can see, I'm trying to make around the cuticles, I'm trying to make it as smooth as I can, so it will look like it's a natural nail growing. We don't want that fake look. We want it to look perfect and look very smooth on the cuticle. So it needs to come from 0 to 1, 2 at the apex, and then 1 again and 0 in the end. And today I've chosen to do this. This video was shot around October, November. So it was the autumn season, and I decided to do this swirl design using all browns. I did do some mixing myself, which I didn't record, but mixing browns. I love mixing colors. I love mixing builder gels. So mixing the colors will, I don't know, I find it very satisfying. So I did mix some browns, which I didn't have. And yeah, you start with the darkest color on the swirl, going to the lightest. I did a mistake with the heart. You wouldn't notice if I didn't say so, but I should have started with a lighter color going to the darkest, because that's the heart of it. Basically, it's lighter, usually in the middle, coming to a dark. This color was mixed. I think I used the caramel color with a dark brown. that it came to this nice brownish color. So after each swirl we cure, freeze cure more like it. You could do it for like 10-15 seconds and then start again, because you don't want to take, as you can see the mixing there, it showed for a second. You don't want to fully cure it, that will take a long time. And I'm very impatient, so I just freeze cure it, as I don't do very thick. You need a good gel polish for this, so you don't need to do, so it's fully pigmented, and you don't need to do thick layers, because if you have a thick layer, especially with fully pigmented gel polish, if you freeze cure it, that will create wrinkles in the gel polish. So be careful with that as well. Do very thin layers. I always say to my students as well, it's best to do 2 layers, 2 very thin layers, than doing 1 thick layer. That will misshape your nail, that will not cure inside, it will wrinkle the gel polish. So it has many factors, so it's best to be on the safe side, and I would suggest to do 2 thin layers. If you like this design and you want to give it a try, please tag me on Instagram at KLODIANA_STOJKU. I will also write my name on Instagram, or a link that you could find my Instagram page. As you can see, I'm going with the lightest color, which is this very, again, I made it up, mixing a very light kind of, it wasn't very brown, it was more like a mustardy color to a caramel color that became this nice light brown, like latte, or what color this is. I'm not very good with colors, but I like mixing them, creating good colors, but I'm not very good with naming them, since English is not my first language. With the top coat, I'm using Victoria Vin top coat. I find it really good with self-leveling. I like self-leveling top coats, especially when I work with long nails, as I want the top coat to be as smooth as possible. And this top coat has self-leveling. Be careful when you go around the cuticles. You don't want to touch them, especially with top coat. Is thinner than the builder gel, so you need to be a bit quick, but also always check your nails before you go in the lamp with top coat, because you don't want to, especially when you have design underneath, so you don't want to mess with them. After curing the top coat, make sure you cure the thumb and the pinky straight. We'll go with the cuticle oil for a good photo effect. I would suggest not to touch the nail plate with the cuticle oil. So this is the finished design. If you need, and if you have any questions, or you're interested on taking a nail course, I'm based in North London, please write on my Instagram, and I will get back to you when I can do so. If you have any suggestions or any questions, please write a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe on my channel for the next videos. Thank you. Bye.